should have been here by now.
People change in 5 years.
Just when you thought the classic point-and-click adventure game was dead, bam! The future happens, and it looks a whole lot like the past. Not just because this is a point-and-click adventure that dropped in the year 2011, and which looks like it's already 15 and perhaps 20 years old by that point, but because it's a point-and-click adventure in the future which plays like a gritty film noir detective story sometimes. Other times, it's the tale of a dude in a rehabilitation center directed by a disembodied voice, which admittedly is kind of a cool way to get through the more tutorial bits. Also, it's a nice palate cleanser from the cigarette smoke and urban decay of the far future's version of... wait, Pittsburgh? Which has been spun 90 degrees such that Harrisburg is south, Cleveland is northeast instead of northwest, and the three rivers have dried up, and they've reverted back to the H-less spelling from 1920. But you can go watch the Ticket to Ride review for the full history of that phenomenon. What I can say is this: Blawnox has never looked so good.
Yes.
So as gritty, hard-boiled, walking 5 o'clock Shadow Azrael, no, not the cat from the Smurfs, you're pounding the pavement on the mean streets of Regent Square or Point Breeze or wherever, searching for your old war buddy whom you've got to extract from this whole planet before an organized crime syndicate catches up with him. That's pretty awesome. You've got just enough humanity left to deal with human beings in ways that don't involve bullets, but not enough scruples to second-guess breaking into an apartment or two. After all, what's the fun of being a gritty, hard-boiled, walking 5 o'clock Shadow if you can't occasionally take the law into your own blood-encrusted... Alright, now the adjectives are just beginning to give me a headache. Where's that palate cleanser I was talking about?
Remember how this goes?
Here we go. Alternately, you are Delta 6, a dude who's been given a fresh memory wipe and placed in a sterile environment with a gun, taking orders from a director he can't see, and learning the basics of handgun combat. Seems exceptionally weird and almost Portal-like, only there's actually other people here, and why were you carrying that map, and why did that woman take it from you in owl beatings? Anyway, you've got a reputation, you just have to figure out how and why you've developed said reputation, and why are they rehabilitating you rather than just putting a bullet or 50 into you. Gemini Rue doesn't just present you with questions, it presents you with circumstances and lets you ask the questions and bounce between the two protagonists to find the answers. The dialogue's very well fleshed out, even if the actual vocal performance is kinda hit or miss, and there's only scant traces of music-like substance when the game gets tired of the droning pelt of rain. The visual style, forced down to 640 by 480, regardless of how shiny your monitor actually is, looks like what old PC games would look like with another 2 decades practice getting the animations to look as natural as possible. And while the majority of the game focuses on pointing, clicking, and context menus, there's also a fairly intricate system of gunplay for dealing with any thugs on your six. I loved this game to death, but look guys, just pick a way of pronouncing Boryokdan and stick with it. Honestly, if you're gonna have all transactions carried out in yen and include the cast of Cowboy Bebop as Easter egg characters, you can at least get your pronunciation down, right?
So, how's the family?
Isabel's well. The kids are fine too.
What have you got? 3 of them now?
Yeah. They grow up fast, huh?
Wouldn't know.